Hello, guys, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Way Up High. The guest on our show today is Mr. Sunny Banavalikar. He is an engineer and currently he is pursuing masters in Germany. So, in this episode of Way Up High, you are all gonna learn what engineering life is all about, how are those 4 years of engineering, and what they teaches you. And if you are someone who want to pursue higher education abroad, then you can learn a lot through this podcast. So if you are a deep listener and want to learn something out of it, then stay back and enjoy yourselves. Yeah, so welcome to our series, The Way Up High. It's a pleasure to have you here, Dada.
Thank you.
So I know that you have completed your engineering from Shahan and Anchor Engineering College, which is in Chembur, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So without wasting any time, my first question to you is, how was your engineering life? Like those 4 years of engineering, and what did they taught you? Like मैंने बहुत सुना है कि इंजीनियरिंग में आप कुछ सीखो या ना सीखो, but it makes you mentally tough. So I want to hear it out from you, like how was those 4 years for you in shaping your life and your career?
Hmm. Okay, so basically, like when I started my engineering, so I wanted to start it from the beginning, like from my school days only. I wanted to go to pursue engineering, go into science, and play with computers, like that. So then when I decided to go into engineering, so before that I gave my CET and all that, and then it was like either it was because mechanical, because like 3 idiots and all that, key machines, and but then basically I decided like no, and go into computers, so developing software. So I had no idea like what it will be and everything, but engineering from Shanankar or basically Mumbai University, it's like
Yes.
it would teach you some things, but mostly it will teach you how to the basics. So when I when I went into engineering, so in computer science, you will think that you will develop applications once you leave the college and all that. No, nothing like that happens. So it teaches you how to approach some things. Like if for us it was like a 6 month semester, out of which like five after 4.5 months you have to start preparing your internals and exams. For last month there are exams. So
Yes.
basically in 4 months you study like 6 subjects along with practical, and the
Okay.
schedule is like 9 to 6. So basically it's like a full day
Job.
job, nine
Yes.
to five, sometimes like 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 something. So it's a basically a full day job which you are doing for 5 days. So basically it's a IT job in
Yes.
engineering
Yes.
also. But yeah, so it didn't give me a lot of practical experience, but it gave me a lot of theoretical experience. Like I started learning a lot of programming languages, but on paper. So that is the worst thing right now in Mumbai University. Like everything is on paper. So in exam, I am writing a particular, let's say, hello world code. I am writing on paper, which is like,
Yes.
and in practical exam, it's like okay, you write a code, but in the whole practical series, there is not much of coding, or I won't say it is defined, but you learn the basics which are helpful for you when you join a company. So that time you are ahead of a lot of people who are like who came from different background, because now you have knowledge. So in some semesters I learned coding, some semesters I learned microprocessor, in some
Yes.
semester I learned like OS and other things, in some semesters I learned how compiler works or how
Mm.
an interpreter works. So
Yes.
those all things, so you have like a lot of branches to go out when you leave. And even if you go to a IT company, let's say TCS, Infosys, Accenture, or whatever, so during the training you are a little bit ahead because you know the basics. So that is
Yes.
like one of the things I learned, and it makes you mentally strong in a sense that because you are giving 6 exams along with practicals in 6 months, you have to perform well, you have to attend the college. So obviously it definitely makes you a hard worker. So that gives a push ahead, because like when you are working, you already are putting 8 to 10 hours every day,
Yes,
and then
yes,
in work you can easily put it. For others it is like so frustrating jobs or something. For you it is like a daily life which you are
yes,
living after college. So
yes,
that engineering taught me that, like, it made me a very hard worker, and also a very good uh, mm, what kind, you can say, a time management thing also is learned through that, because you have to manage a lot of things. So
yes,
okay, in this there are deadlines in engineering submissions and everything. There are deadlines in office, so you can relate both the courses in that way, like after job life and pre-job engineering course, so you can relate them both in
yes,
many ways.
yes.
It's a lot of
So,
things that.
so Mumbai University engineering is like Gada Majuri, if I can sum it up.
Yeah, no, not basically Gada Mazuri, because you learn a lot of things. So yeah, definitely it's Gada Mazuri, but that is like, if that helps you, because I feel like the age of like 16 to 20, sorry,
22.
18 we go into engineering. So first 2 years of college, like the higher studies exam of my CET 12th and everything, and my engineering. So those 6 years, actually I was putting in so much effort in basic, like to sit and study, to sit and learn, to sit and grasp new thing or understand it. So
Hmm.
those were the efforts which made me a better, what you call, a listener, a better
Person.
person to understand things or to learn new things. And the basic thing is to sit and try to learn new things. Those were the things with Indians. So it's not just because Gadha is like basically because the a donkey, he just carries the load which is given to him. This is like the load you choose to carry. So you
Yes,
have a choice. Like you can choose this or that. So yeah, there were like definitely there were not much choices, but now they have improved a little bit, because during our time it was like last 2 semesters you had electives. You can decide which elective to work on. You can decide your final
okay.
year project. You can decide your presentations which you have to give, and a lot of other things. You decide like, okay, you have to go into more of software or more of microprocessor or more of understanding how a system works. So you have to go into more of, so if I go more technical, so it will be like a database, a backend or a front end. So you want to develop web applications, or you want to develop basic backend of that. So you have to, so that choices you can make because you learned all of that. So you know what are the pros and cons, or which is more interesting to you,
Yes,
which is something which is calling by your, from your heart, from your brain. Okay, I can do that. So not
yes,
just Gadami, but a lot of good stuff which you learn in engineering.
yes.
Less of
So that
practical, but still it's good.
it's good. Yes. So Dada, when you pursued engineering, like something might be in your mind, like यार engineering ना ऐसी होगी. Like you imagine those things, right? Like engineering में जाके मैं ये सीखूंगा, मैं ये करूंगा, coding करूंगा. Like you imagine those things before entering into the college, right? So
Yeah,
when you when you were studying and there were not much practical in there were not much practical things which doing and more theoretical things, right? So
mm,
was there a point when you felt that यार क्यों कर रहा हूँ मैं ये, मतलब क्यों, मतलब कुछ सीखने नहीं मिल रहा है ज्यादा, बस थियोरेटिकल थिंग्स है, nothing more practical, like was there a when you thought that यार it's not up to the mark, क्यों कर रहा हूँ मैं ये, like
no, 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 no. I never thought that. Like, because as I said, like everything for me was new. So
yes,
whatever I was learning. So let's say, for okay, the first year is basics. So first year gives you a basic thing of engineering. So there is like BEE, there are mechanical subjects. So there is like electrical subjects, mechanical subjects, some physics, chemistry. So a basic gist, okay, what you are entering. But later on, because of my specialization in computer science, there were some subjects like, let's say I had first, like I had Java, then I had some front end topics like HTML, CSS. I had in practical labs, obviously used to have so much time. Now I'm not like I never put in so much efforts to like, okay, I have to just do everything in practicals, because I was a little bit laid back guy during my engineering. Like I would used to
Yes,
take it
yes,
easy. So that time I never decided like, okay, but definitely if you want to learn, then you have resources to learn, and
yes.
you will definitely learn, because I never learned. I learned it later in my life, like when those subjects were over or during exams I used to study, but not before that. But if you study before that, then definitely you will learn a lot. If you, because that time it's like a teenager mind who is like going around and doing some other things, like uh, a rebellious character which is there in our mind. Our mindset is
Yes,
a bit rebellious, like, okay, I don't want to listen to my teachers, what is this, like this is not
I'll
right.
figure it out myself. Like,
And but definitely if the first code which runs and something happens on the screen, yeah, that is the beginning of the magic. Like,
yes,
it is like every drop can contribute to creating the ocean. It's like that. So everything you learn, a small thing also, it matters in the long run. Which if everybody, if even if engineer puts like 40% while he's studying during a semester, not during the exams but before, during practicals and everything, you would definitely learn a lot. Which I'll say, like, okay, it's not good curriculum, but it is not as bad as it is mentioned in the society. It is like you can learn a
yes.
lot new things which people don't know.
But that also generally depends on person to person, right? How you take
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's on the mindset, how you take it. So basically, like, there were people who actually wanted to learn new things. They went out and they learned new things and they decided to implement that. Now we were around among those, like, okay, we'll study during exams, we'll just clear. So that is like, okay, so it's on the mindset, what you want to do.
Yes. So now you are studying masters in Germany, right? So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
a young teenager is watching this podcast right now, okay, and he is also
Mm,
pursuing engineering and has the
mm,
ambition of doing masters in abroad, like you are doing in Germany. So
okay.
what advice you would like to give him, that what you did after your engineering, what was your steps to pursue higher education in Germany, and what
Yeah,
advice would you
so
like to give them?
So basically, like, if we are talking about Germany, so that would be a different case, because every application, and so I'll start like this. Like, after engineering, I was not going to come for masters in Germany. It was like not like a aim to come and do masters in abroad or something like that. So my plan was to like just work, get do masters, but not in Germany, maybe in India, maybe somewhere else, like altogether, or something else. I was planning like maybe an MBA or something. So I was, that time I was a little bit dicey. There was no focus.
Okay.
So, but when I decided like, okay, now when then I decided to do my internship in IDFC, where I started working, and that time I realized, okay, I need, and that time I was working on basically OS based server systems as a administrator
Yeah.
and all that. So I decided that maybe I need to go back to the basics of coding and pursue my masters in maybe data science, maybe applied computer science. No, that time I never even decided. So it was I came in Germany in 2018. It was like August 2017 or July. So that time I decided, okay, now I have to search for something for my master's. So at that time I decided, like, there are few countries. So US was the number one, because everybody goes there. It's like a
Yes.
herd mentality. Like, everybody is going to US, so masters in US.
And all
Not
the
just
big
herd mentality.
companies are also there, like
Yeah, for
Microsoft,
IT, and
Google.
yeah, lot of IT. Like, it's a hub for IT, and there are very good universities. So, but the main problem is the financial backing. So you should be
Yes.
actually financial stable, or like you are determined. Like, okay, I have a plan. Like, if I go there, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, and I'll achieve it in 2 years, and everything will be fine. Then with the help of loan, also you can go. So both ways, like, it's actually very open to easily go to US and like try and pursue it. Also, there is
Yes.
Australia. I tried. I so So like everyone, I started for US. But I would say like if you are an upcoming engineer, so I'll definitely say like just have some experience, at least a
Work
year experience
experience.
working in, but yeah, professional experience you needed, because then you would realize like okay, which field you have to go, because out of engineering, so it's like difficult. So if you are directly out of engineering, and that time if you have a goal like okay, I have to pursue like go into data science or go into proper computer programming or some other field in IT, or like maybe just databases, maybe just coding, maybe some consultant work you have to do, or data science or anything. So but if you are focused that way, then you will definitely find a way easily. But I was
Yes.
not, so I didn't even knew which field I had to go in. So for those
Hmm.
guys, I would tell that let just start working, try to get a job, understand how the market works and what is required and what you want to do, because there is the need is for everything. So currently I'm saying if you're good at it, your need is there. So somebody needs you. If you are really
Yes.
good at it, or even basic good, you're somewhat good at it, then there is a need for everyone in the market. At least, yeah, for in IT, I would say there is a need.
Yes.
So if you're planning to go that way, I'll say just work, get some experience, then you would know which stream you have to go. And if you know which stream you have to go, then you can accordingly decide the universities and all that. But I would say definitely work for a year, maybe 1 year or two, figure it out. And but if you want like okay, I know okay, this is a stream, I'm going to put my 100%, I'll do whatever it takes, then that is also another way. Then that time I would recommend that start from third year or the fifth semester.
Okay.
So from fifth semester, there is a process you can follow. So you have your GRE, you have your TOEFL or IELTS. So GRE is basically for your aptitude test, which you have a particular score, and that is a whole thing which you can buy books, you can study online, you can join some online courses, you can give some mock test, and that you have to apply the take a particular date for that exam, go and give the exam, you will get the score, and that score along with your English. So if you're going into an English speaking country, let's say
Okay.
US, Canada, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, so this at least I know these, like okay, these are the few known ones like most of the people go. So these are
Yes.
the places where they require a English test, because you are coming because they need to know that okay, you know English. So
Yes.
that's why there is TOEFL and IELTS. So both exams you give, and then you can start applying. Like so, search for some universities. There are many good websites. If you Google it, you'll find many websites which provide. There are some counselors, consultants, or sort of things which people take money from you to tell you like okay, these are the colleges. Also search on Google, search on Facebook, like because for me I used to search a lot like okay, where is the seminar. So there are
Yes.
like seminars and everything where or let's say there are some arrangement like where universities come and they promote themselves, like these are, so you can attend those. Like okay, if some
Yes.
university is promoting, you can attend those and uh, you can get more information through them. You can get in more information from online. You can find some universities, there are a lot of rankings. You can check what criteria the university is required. So according to your GRE TOEFL, you will know okay, I stand here, that now this is for GRE and TOEFL, that examination. So there are other things also. There is something called a statement of purpose. So this is basically to a particular
Yes.
university. What is the reason you are applying for that course? So it's a one pager
Okay.
or two pager which you need to write on your own, because if you copy
Okay.
it from somewhere, it's plagiarism and they would know it. So don't do
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I wrote it on my own, like every word, whatever it was, and
Okay.
but it's a good thing. And if you have a good SOP, you can have letter of recommendation. Then you need a letter of recommendation. Three are required. So two from the professors in your university and one from the place you are working. And if you are not working, then three from the university professors. So those three, along with your degree certificates, documents, and everything,
Hmm.
You have to send it to every university
Which we want to apply.
Yeah, so there is like some take them online, some you have to send it by post. So even
Okay.
figure it out like okay, so a post like a application can cost you around like a good if I'm not considering GRE and other things, and if you're sending it by post and the application fee, it would cost like per application goes around for a US university, it goes around like 15,000, 8,000 to 15,000 in some range, it is like that.
Oh,
Some universities it is cheaper, some universities it is expensive, but yeah, that is some universities it is free, most of the universities it is paid. So it goes in that range, like at least like 8,000 along with the push, it is like 8,000 to 12,000 I would say. So one application like that. Also you have to send your TOEFL score, your GRE score to
yes.
them. So those all things, it's a lot like good pressure on you if you are studying and applying. Also, if you are working and applying that time also, it's a lot of pressure, and it takes like this process takes 1 year. Like I
Yes, yes.
started in August, 1.5 year, I would say, like half year for your GRE studies. After that, giving your GRE TOEFL, and after that, just sending applications. Then it would come to visa, then it would come to acceptance, then your loan, then your admission fees, your visa, your flight tickets. So I would say it's a good 1.5 year process if you want to do it properly. So I would say
So,
like if
so this process basically makes you what Modi ji says is Atmanirbhar, right?
no, it's not like that
No,
because
no.
it's depends like you can be Atmanirbhar, but it depends like where. Like so, for me, it was
Okay.
Atmanirbhar because I was the only one who was doing it without consultancy or anything. But
Yes,
if you have a
yes.
consultancy, they would do everything for you. Then you don't need to. You just need to write your SOP, LOR, SOP. That's it. But
Okay.
most of the things the company consultancy does it for you, but that's expensive. Like I know some consult they charge around like 20,000 to 40,000, so depends
Okay.
on which consultancy you're doing. So that is another price. Your GRE costs around 13,000 for one exam, TOEFL 12,000. So it's a good 1 lakh with like without consultancy, it's a good amount of 1 lakh which you're in. With consultancy, it would go around 2 lakhs because we are
Okay.
applying and all that. So that is for
Yes.
US, Canada, Australia. Now for Germany, there is a different scenario. So basically, you don't need GRE in most of the universities. Most of the universities, some universities they ask, but some universities they don't need GRE, and you need something which is like a German language certificate. So that is not compulsory, but that is the most preferred thing. So there
Okay.
is some if you German language. So there are different levels like A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. C1, C2 is native German, and A1,
Okay.
A2 is like the basic one. So at least it is recommended while applying that you have a A2 certificate to get into a public university. So in Germany, there are two universities. There is public and there is private. Public universities don't charge you fees, which is the best
Okay.
part, but you need German. Private universities charge you fees, but it is not as high as US or Canada. I'm sure it's
Yes, yes,
less,
yes.
but they don't
It's
ask
less.
you German. And for more information, there are some websites like DAAD is there. So DAAD, DAAD, DAAD.day. That is some
Okay.
website where you find universities. Also, this is also all about research. So basically, like find some universities, try try to find according to course. So this was something which I had decided like before even engineering. So for me, it was like one of my friends, like one of my best friends, he told me like, Sunny, like whenever you're going to some this like a course or something, so always
Yes.
prefer the course, not the
Okay.
university, because the course is important. Like if I'm an engineer and applying for law in Stanford, so that would be like some other stream I'm changing just because it's
Yes.
Stanford. It's not like that. So for me, it is like the course is important. University should be good. Obviously, you need to inquire to them, like ask them questions. What do they teach? How do they teach? Talk to their seniors, the alumni network. talk to the present people who are studying there through LinkedIn, Facebook. You can do that, which I did a lot, but definitely you can do that. And then you would know about the course, about doing, because the students are the one who would tell you the truth. So talk to them, and I would say prefer the course rather than the university, because the course is something which will take you, help you in the long run, not the university. Okay, the
Yes.
alumni network is helpful, it is helpful, but the course is something which because of you, which you wanted to do your masters, not
Yes.
because never have like I'm doing masters because of the college, I'm doing masters because of this course. So it should be the main goal. Remember these
Yes.
things. And then there is like uni assist is there, so in that you can create your own applications and they would apply it for you, so you just need to put in all the marks and everything. So through uni assist you get something called as score. So in German way of marking is different from the Indian way of marking in exam. So basically we have pointer system, which is like the higher the pointer, the best are your numbers. So it's like 7, 8, 9 are good pointers, which are like the good ones. But in Germany, if you have 1.0, that is the best score you can get.
Okay.
So in German marking system is totally opposite. So based on that, so UniAssist what they do, they take your semester marks, they convert it into a German number. So you'll get a particular German number that is
Okay.
considered, you will get it from UniAssist. So that is useful while applying for German universities.
Nice.
UniAssist helps you in getting that number. Then through UniAssist, you can send them the documents again through post. You make applications. Every application, it's like it costs around like 30 euros to 50 euros. I don't know, it might have increased in the last 2 years, but while applying, it was like that. So every application 30 euros. So accordingly, you make the applications, and those applications you print it along with your documents, you put it in a folder, and then send it to UniAssist. And once you send it, after that you will get to know through them that okay, you got in the application, like you got in the university or not. So that all
Yes.
things. So basically in German it's totally different. Or you can there are many universities which have their own portal. You can apply on that and also send them the documents, because most of the universities they want their documents in person hard copy. Most of them, nobody likes like online application or something. Most of the universities they prefer hard copy to be sent to them. So get ready for
Okay.
that. Also, while applying to US, one of the things was like many universities want their documents to be attested with by
Okay.
Mumbai University. Also, in
Okay.
many German universities, they want their documents to be attested by a lawyer.
Oh.
So these are two different things which you need to do. So I did both of them. I had university attestation, I had my college attestation. So there, it's like you take
Nice.
the documents, you put it in a folder, give it to Mumbai University at Churchgate, and they would just attest it and they would give it back to you. So it is something which you have to do. If you are applying for US universities, many universities want university attestation. If you are applying to Germany, many universities want your lawyer attestation. So if a lawyer is signing it, so they consider it as the official proof, because you are
Okay.
sending a Xerox, don't send the originals. So they need a
Yes.
proof that
Yes.
okay, this is a legitimate document. So that is
Yes.
one of the things which you need to know. It's little bit easier in Ireland, because in Ireland I had a contact, like a person who was there, who my friend introduced me to, and I just
Okay.
sent him the documents and he applied for me. So and he didn't charge me a single penny. So
Oh, that's
that
nice.
so that was another thing. Like Ireland, it was pretty easy. For Germany and US, I had to put in a lot of efforts. So
So,
these are the
Dada,
things.
I know that you are very close to your parents and
Hmm.
they are also very attached to you. So, like traveling alone for the first time, like going from India
Across
to Germany.
across oceans, yeah.
So, how difficult was it for you in the initial days
Yeah.
in Germany?
Hmm. Oh, it was like initial days. So now, like when I have decided, like it was very difficult for my parents initially because I've never lived alone for like past
Yes, yes,
23 years till I came here. So it was pretty difficult because I never traveled so far. Like I have never been abroad before. So this was
yes,
the
yes,
first time I was taking an international flight and all the visa things. Like, but they were like a very good. They were like the best support system for me because yeah, they didn't know all the intrinsic details or everything what I was doing. Like they were not the ones who were like, okay, which university and all that, because that they were like, you have figured it out, you have thought to thought this through, so you're the one who is supposed to execute it. We are the
yes,
ones who will like provide you the emotional and financial backing, but if you ask us to be like go into deep technical things of what you're doing or in deep what you're trying to do or how you're applying and all that, so they were like no. And
okay,
I knew that, so I was like, okay, you just provide me, and they were like very cool about it. Okay, he's going and all that, but I know it was very difficult. But when I came here, that was the most difficult time because uh, I knew a very few. I didn't knew anyone in my university, so I had
yes,
a
yes,
friend, school friends, but they were in other cities. So here
okay,
I knew no one. I never talked to anyone on WhatsApp or before that when I was before even I was arriving, because this was one of the universities I applied very late, and
okay,
fortunately I got in, so I didn't have the time in my visa and all the shopping to actually make a connection with everyone. So when I
yes,
came here, but it was like initial days it was difficult to settle down and everything, but later on I made a lot of friends here because like there are quite a few Indians who are there in my university, and we were pretty chill because everyone who has left their home for the first time to study and everything, so it
yes,
was pretty chill, like, and it was very good. So and even the professors and everyone, and basically your university staff, they should be very supportive for us. We were lucky enough that they were supportive, and in many public universities you get a buddy. So basically this system I have seen in
okay,
Germany. So he will be with you for first month till the
okay,
time you settle in. So many, so like it's good. So these people, they can pick you up from airport, they will settle you down in your dorms or like wherever you have found a rent, like a apartment or paying guest kind of thing, and they would help you initial days to understand you need to travel, because there are many things after this, because you need to know the transportation, you need to know where you can buy
yes,
stuff for eating, for cleaning, for a lot of things. You need to know
yes,
how you need someone. So that time these guys they come in handy and they are really helpful. So that is a good thing in Germany. Like you will have that system.
yes, yes. So, Dada, how is a student's life in Germany? To be precise, Indian student's life who is studying in
Hmm.
Germany.
So this, so there are two ways. So for me, like I never studied so much German or never started any class, so it was a bit difficult for me. But I would say like it is very good for many people who know German. It is also good for people like us, but it is best for Indians because you have a system. Like if you are in a public university, you have a system where you are allowed to make choices of which courses you are going to pick. Also,
Okay.
there is not a specific. If it's a public university, you don't have fees, so they just charge you for the semester ticket, which is for a transportation ticket for 6 months. You can travel in your region for free.
Nice.
So, and other things like your examination fees or something. So that is very less. Like I'm talking like 200, 300, 300, 350
Oh,
for one semester, which is actually very cheap. It is like less than a amount of fees we charge for engineering. So it is
like that's
very
the
cheap.
best part of studying in Germany, I guess.
Yeah, and there are many other things. So basically, in German, so Germans are very like the people whom I have worked with, whom I have studied with, whom I have known through some friends and all. They are very nice to you. So they help you a lot. They talk to you. If you are not a German, still they know that and they will talk to you in English. The other
That's
best thing is like
nice.
Germany have a way, like if you are a student, which is like the best thing for in Germany. If you are a student, you are allowed to work. So you have like part-time jobs. I guess it's there in US also, but in United States,
I think it's
you have
basically in
to
every
work
country.
in the in states, or in states it is like you have to work in university. You are not allowed. If you are a student, you should get a job inside university, and you are not allowed to
Okay.
work outside university. But in Germany, you are allowed to work anywhere as a student. So you have
Okay.
like 20 hours a week you can work. And so which is good, and they the pay is also so. Here it works on the hourly basis. So it varies like in different states, but it is basically 9 to 10 euros an hour, the minimum you will get if
Okay.
you do a job in McDonald's or Burger King. So there are many, like you can work in a factory. You can also find, like if you have experience, which I have recommended before. If you have experience, you can get jobs in companies. So there is SAP, there is Daimler, there is BMW, there is Siemens, there is
Oh, nice.
Bosch, there is ABB. So there are many companies where you can get as a student job. And if you have a student job, you are earning a good amount, and you don't have to take money from your parents, because then you
Yes.
are on your own, and
You
you
can
are in
figure out your
Europe. So
expenses.
yeah, and the best thing about Germany is like you have a Schengen visa. So you have like
Hmm.
28 countries where you can go with your visa. So
In
you can
Europe.
go to Spain, Paris, all over. You can go to like any country in Europe. You can travel, which I have done a lot.
Nice. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you know that I have
Yes, yes.
traveled a lot. I was
Yes.
here. I wanted to travel, so that is
Another
like a
best
heaven.
another best part of studying in Germany.
Yeah, so traveling is there. Working, obviously, if you get like many of my friends, including me, I had done like I have worked for Siemens. I've worked in some factories also, like before getting a job in Siemens. So I have done all those things, and I have earned a bunch of money which you can use to travel back to India, or like during your vacations, or like even traveling to other countries, sustaining here. So which is really good. So,
Like
and it's a good pay. Like I would definitely say, like if you're working through as a student, it's the best thing
like the
living
paycheck
here.
over there is definitely higher than India, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's like 10, you can calculate it. It's like 10, 800, 10 euros. So if I consider 80 rupees, so it's 800 per hour in Indian
That's
rupees.
pretty nice.
Yeah, so 800 per hour if you are getting paid hourly. And it's and the companies, because you're a student, they believe that okay, you're here to learn. So they don't pressurize you that much. They know you're a student, so
Hmm.
they would tell you like okay, your studies are important. So they would take your help in a way that okay, you are also improving as a student. You are
Yes.
improving as an employee. You know how the German culture is, how the working culture is. And also they it's not a compulsory okay you have to work for 20 hours. Someday if you have exams, you can tell them I can't work this week, and they are pretty fine with it.
Okay.
That is like really good thing.
So the Germans don't discriminate, na, like these are Indians. Will
No,
ill
no, no,
treat them or
no.
some kind of
Germans,
that stuff.
it's
They are pretty
it's
chill people.
very. Yeah. I haven't seen many racist incidents here. Like I haven't seen any. At least I have been here for like more than 1.5 years, but I haven't faced any, or I haven't even in my friends or my colleagues or anyone, never, nobody has faced such
I
thing.
think
It's
it
pretty
happens
cool.
a lot in Australia.
It happens in Australia, some parts of US, but Germany it's pretty tolerant. Like they don't because they respect your basically Germans, they respect your what you call it, your identity, your
Yes.
intelligence, and uh, so those things they respect a lot. So they are not so much into, they don't care. And these guys, they had a
Yes.
past, so they can't do it again.
Yes, yes,
That's
right.
one of
We
the
all
things.
know about that.
Yeah.
So, next question to you, Dada, is that what's the major difference that you found between Indian university and German universities?
Oh, so the major difference here is basically first is the course structure. So it changes according to universities. and
Okay.
it is mostly like it's at least for IT. Like for masters, I would say it is very much practical. Like they want you to build stuff, they want you to build and create some new things, which is good. Another major thing, as I have told, like in here you can work, so you have that, like, because there is a job market for students, so they want
Yes.
students who are working in some industries to improve the student intelligence, knowledge, their ability to understand the work environment and how, because that would obviously add up to your experience as a
Yes.
worker, as a professional. That is one of the differences I found. In India, there is not much student jobs or internships, or people are not willing
Yes.
to do that. Here,
Yes.
people are willing to. So that is, and also the professors, they are like, I have interacted with a lot of them. They are very well versed. They have connections with the industry. They know what is good for you, and they are available. And there is a better camaraderie. So basically,
Yes.
with my engineering professor, I didn't have that. Here, I have a better camaraderie with them. I can talk to them, so it's good. So basically, there are a little bit on that side. I would say Germany has some better uh,
Yes.
things lined up. Also, in the German education is quite good in a way that it gives you time to breathe. It doesn't pressurize you. So in public universities, basically you have time. They give you time to complete your courses. They want
Yours is a
the
public
pressure to reduce.
university?
Public universities, basically it's government funded, so it is run by the government,
Okay.
like that.
And yours?
So mine is a private university. It's like government, but it's basically the curriculum is government, but the funding is private. So it's a
Okay.
different one. But basically, public universities, you have a lot of, like, what do you call it? A time, a good experience to gain. And the German working system, the education system is very well designed, which is like
Yes.
really helpful for people.
My final question to you is that I have seen you work hard a lot since your 10th standard till now. Like 10th
Yeah,
also, like it was a surprise. Like Sunny Banavalikar scored 93%, and you
yeah.
scored that marks in 12th also, being a science student, 83%.
Mm.
And you did a pretty
Yeah.
good job in engineering. And I've seen you working hard a lot. Like I have got a very privileged life. Like uh,
Mm.
I have not worked that hard. I can comment on it. So, what, according to you, hard work and perseverance is from your point of view?
For me, it's like, because like I would definitely credit this to my parents and my teachers. So basically, my teacher Pallavi Banavalikar, actually
Yes,
our
yes,
auntie. So basically, she was the one who laid the base for me. So like when I went to the tuition, she showed me how, like, how to work, how to study, or how to achieve something. So the base was laid there, like in my childhood. So for 10th and everything, so my base was laid. So for me, it's like the same thing. Like it's basically for any other thing. So if you're not only just studying, but if like you want to pursue dance or you want to pursue acting, it's the same
yes,
thing. I put in hard work in this because I like it,
yes,
because I like to do what I do. So that's why. And if you like to do what you do, then obviously you'll put in efforts, and the efforts would show. Not now, but down the lane, it would definitely show. So for me, it
someday or
was
the
like,
other.
yeah, that is there. So basically,
Yes,
even during applications, I put in so many efforts. I got a bit of rejections, but in the
yes,
end, I came here, and which is because of that only. Because if you
yes,
put in such, if you put efforts in anything, it would create something. It would give you results, not 100%, but whatever it is, you would like it, and that is the
yes,
way it is. So for me, it is the same thing. If you love it, then you put in efforts. And it's for any other thing, for like even for a simple thing as cooking. If you put
yes,
in some efforts and try to learn that thing, you would definitely like create good things and which you would like, and people around you will also like it when they try it. So it's good. That is the way. And I would definitely say, like, if you're coming here and you have to put in a lot of effort, because you're on your own, you want to study, you want to travel. That time, like when I came here, I was traveling initially for first 2 months, 3 months, but then I
Yes,
decided to
yes,
get a job. So I have worked in a factory, I have worked on stage just to get some money so that I can I can travel. So I put in efforts in some other way. So which the benefits of those I can use in some other way. So
yes,
basically for
yes,
traveling, I put in efforts in working to
yes,
work in a factory or something. The job I actually didn't like, but I wanted to get some money. So those benefits, even if I didn't like it, I put in some efforts. I got some benefits out of it, which I used it in some other way, in
yes,
traveling
yes,
or buying things or like. So yeah, so hard work is like you need to do it if you like it, or even if you don't like it, then just put in the efforts, because those efforts would shine somewhere else as well in your life.
yes, right. So, thank you for joining. It was a
Uh,
good talk.
okay, so
Like, learned a lot.
yeah,
I hope that our audiences will also learn a lot.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I hope so. It was great
Yes,
talking to you. Yeah,
yes, yes. So, for now, we'll sum it up here. See ya
yeah,
until
yeah,
next time. Bye bye.
yeah. Bye, bye, bye.